Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, look at me. I'm with the speakers, which means that we are going to do the listening part today. Okay, so in this video, we are going to see how to do the listening part. This part, for many people is hard. Let's be honest, and then you're gonna tell me, but most of our students, they think that speaking and listening is the most difficult part, and probably it is. And for the exam, I would say that, yeah, for many people, this is really hard. So let's see. Remember that we are coming from the grammar, then we are going to do the listening, okay? So what are we going to discover? We are going to discover what is the listening for the FCE. We are going to see the tips you need to pass. We are going to see how to improve our listening skills, not only for the exam, okay, for your life. Yeah, and it's really fun, I promise. And we are going to get our hands dirty again. You will have to practice. Then, what happens in the listening? Well, in the listening part, we have different parts. The first part is multiple choice. They are going to give us 8 different extracts, and we are going to listen to the people speaking about very different topics. Sometimes we have dialogue, sometimes we have monologues, and they give you options, and you have to choose the best option. What happens in this exercise is, probably this is traditional exercise. What happens is that you will see that in the options, there are always 2 that seem possible. Okay, yeah. So you have this feeling like, oh my gosh, but now what is the difference? They mention all. Yeah, remember when we were doing the reading that I told you, hey, if the word appears in the option and then appears in the text, the listening is the same. Sometimes if they mention one word that you see in the option and then you think, oh, this is the answer. No, probably it's not. Probably is not. So you have to go again to synonyms, okay? Synonyms. I recommend you to underline the keywords of the options and to keep it in your mind. I mean, focus, your eyes should go and just look at the word that you underline. And you have to also pay attention to linking words like although, whereas, however, because they are there to trick you. When they mention these linking words, they mention something and say, this is the answer. But then they say, however, oh, so it's the opposite. Okay, always pay attention to the second time you listen. Remember, they give you 2 times to listen all the extracts. So the first time I try to make a guess. The second time I check that. I check if my guess was okay. All right, good. Look at this example here. Well, you have as usual, the track. Please, the script. Excuse me, the script. Pause here the video, read the script, and check the answers, and you will see that there is a connection. For example, here we have, he needed more job security, and they say this is the answer. Why? Because the person said, I needed a regular income, and we know that income means salary. And if the person wants something regular, he needs more security job. And I think that's the connection. Okay, yeah. So another thing that I'm going to tell you that doesn't work 100%, but it works. The answer, normally, the answer, they mention it at the beginning or at the end of the listening. Okay, sometimes like in the middle is like we don't have many answers there. Then second part of the listening. For many people, this is one of the most difficult parts because part 3 they also hate. So what happens with this part? They give us a text that is full of blanks and they say complete with the things you hear. So pay attention to something I'm going to tell you. Concentration. You can't write more than 3 words. Some people write like a big sentence. No. Hey, 1, 2, or 3. No more. Then before listening, we always do here in class, and we are going to do it together when we do a conference. We analyze the sentence, okay? We read carefully because they give you time to read. Remember, before the listening starts, they give you time to read, okay? They give you time, so you read the line and you say, okay, what kind of word I need? Do I need a noun? Do I need an adjective? Do I need a number? Do I need a profession? So if you write next to it the kind of word, it's going to be easier for you because you're going to be focused. Focus on finding the word that you need. Okay. Then spelling is really important. Not very much. I mean, let's be honest. If you have to write, I don't know, hospital, and then you wrote hospital, but with double L, imagine. Well, say what? Person understood the word. Then maybe they give you the point. Okay. Second listening for me is the opportunity to check your answer and to check that everything makes sense. Part. Okay. So pay attention because sometimes you write the answer correctly, but then when you read, you realize that you needed a singular or that you needed a plural. That's the time. Now is the time to change it. Okay. Then, if you need to write a number, write a number, which means that if you have to write a number, write the number, the figure. Do not write the word. Yeah. Because maybe you say, oh, come on, I know all the numbers. Yeah, but sometimes we are nervous, sometimes we don't remember. So, hey, if you write the number, they give you the point. Why are we going not to write it? Okay? Then, read everything to see if you need an S, ES, or a negative. Remember, singulars, plurals, negative words. Okay? Now, example. Again, my recommendation to stop now, to pause it, to see the script and to see the words they wrote. And then we have listening part 3, the multiple matching. For me, it's the most difficult. Some people would say that the second is difficult, the third one is also difficult, and in my opinion, number 3 is more difficult than the second one. Why? Because we have here different speakers, 4 or 5 speakers speaking about the same topic. And they say, hey, yeah, but match what they say with a general idea. And you say, yeah, but they are all speaking about the same. There is no difference. Well, so here you have to be so focused. And I always tell my students, guys, if you have 2 correct answers, it's more than fine, okay? Because it's really hard. So again, you have to focus, you have to underline the words, the keywords in the options, and I don't know, to pray, okay? Again, if a word appears in the answers, probably that's not the answer. Okay, listen carefully till the end because they always try to trick you, and look for synonyms, and the answer is at the beginning or at the end. Okay. Example, again, you will see it here. I don't have the audios, but reading the script is gonna be more than fine because it's the preparation. We are like preparing ourselves in order to do the real listening. Then look at this girl. How does she feel? Tired, and you're gonna be so tired because the listening is the last part of the exam. In the order, no, they do it. So you're gonna be like so tired, but please, I need you to concentrate. I need you to focus because it's important. The listening it's important. It's important like any other part, okay? But it's interesting. The only thing I want to tell you before going to listening part 4 is that for me the best thing you can do to improve your listening skill is watching series. And now we have Netflix, HBO, Amazon Prime, a lot of movies. It's the time for us to improve our listening skills. Watching, even you can watch with subtitles in English or Spanish. I don't care. Obviously, I prefer English nowadays that we are in B2 level. But is the best way to improve your listening skills. Some people say, oh no, please, Daniela, send me more exercises. Okay, yeah, I mean, you can practice even more, but the best thing is doing something fun that you will love, and at the same time you are going to learn. But let's go back to listening part 4, the last part. This is the most traditional part of this exam, because now we have a monologue or dialogue. Now, from 2015 on, I think it's more common, the monologue. So you have the monologue, and they say, answer the questions. They give you time to read the questions, they give you the options, and you answer. Again, remember, try to look for synonyms. Do not think that just because the answer gives you a word and you listen to that word, that's going to be the answer. It's the tradition of listening. You have done it many times in your life. Probably this is the easiest part. Yeah, I would say that for everyone, this is the easiest. I always want your eyes on the paper, and I'm saying that because sometimes I'm looking at my students and they are doing the listening, and here they have the paper, right? And so they are doing the listening and they are looking at the ceiling, or they are, looking anywhere and say, like, how can you concentrate? I don't know, I need to be here, because if I'm looking at my paper, I can see the words, the key words that I underlined, and they can help me. Okay, right, then the answers are in the same order. Okay, are in the same order, so you can't get lost. I mean, if you get lost, just go to the other question. The key word of the option is mention. If it is mentioned, you have to be suspicious, because probably that's not the answer. And here you have another example. Okay, great. Summarizing, what do we need in order to pass this listening part? You have to read the questions very carefully. Underline the keywords that are going to help you. Analyze the kind of word you need. This is to part number 2, okay? Then use the second listening to confirm your first choice. Trust your instincts. Sometimes people, they have a good answer at the beginning. They start listening the second time, and they change everything, and they don't have really a good answer. A good answer then. And listening while you are reading. Okay, please, eyes on the paper. So now I want you to write in 1 minute, what have you discovered in this video? What is the most difficult exercise for you? What do you think is going to be the most difficult exercise? And obviously, as usual, take notes, because remember, if you don't take notes, our knowledge disappears. Okay, I give you 1 minute. Okay, great. I'm gonna read everything and I'm gonna answer, okay, personally to all of you. Great. Now, lights, camera, action. Let's practice. What are we gonna do? Well, we are going to download the listening test and the tracks that you have here. You're going to do the test. Excuse me, listening twice, and you're going to send me the answers. Okay, great. Yeah. Any questions? Just ask, okay? Ask whatever you need to know, and have fun, because it's part of the process to have fun. Okay. What is going to happen next video? I want you there. I want you to see your worst nightmare. Do you want to know what it is about? So play it.